Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing True Justice, An Eye for an Eye, the second installment in the True Justice Mystery franchise, which originally aired on Saturday, May 23rd, and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus. Last week, we discussed Hannah Swenson, Best Served Cold, and we said, I want a true crime podcast movie.
Yeah.
Sherry emailed. She says, girls, I just listened to your review of the latest Hannah Swenson movie, which I really enjoyed. You mentioned that it would be great if Hallmark had a show about a true crime podcast. Believe it or not, they did do one a few years ago that has 5 episodes, 5 movies. And guess who starred? Wendy, guess who the star of that series is?
I read the email. It's Hannah Swenson. It's Allison Sweeney and Benjamin Ayres.
That's right.
What's it called, though?
The Chronicle Mysteries.
That sounds like a newspaper.
That's what I thought, too. Sherry says, I thought it was good. You should check it out. Maybe do a review on the first episode in all of your free time. LOL.
Well, hey, I like that idea. You know, we could do a first impression episode if we have time this summer when we build out a summer schedule.
Oh, gosh, we have to do that. It's like the middle of May.
I know. I know. Put it on the list. Megan's fanning herself right now. We're recording 14 episodes today. Not that many, but something close.
Yeah, only 7. It doesn't even put us ahead. I don't know what's happening over here.
I don't either.
Hey, why don't we jump right into this movie with a synopsis?
Our warriors work to exonerate a mother wrongly accused of murdering another mother in the parent-school coalition. This installment brings in a new director with Lisa Soper stepping behind the camera for An Eye for an Eye. Her previous credits include Riverdale, Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin, and most recently, several episodes of Ripple. Can I stop you there? Yeah. This is why I love news and notes. This one's a little bit longer because there's a lot of players in this movie as main characters, right? It's a
ensemble cast.
That's the word I was looking for. But the director, Lisa Soper, I'm reading through what she's worked on before. Yeah. Riverdale, Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin, which was on HBO, and Ripple. These are all shows that have a mystery element to it.
Yeah.
I think it's important to show that.
Yeah,
to tell
and I have comments about the directing in my notes.
It was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Hallmark fan favorite Nikki DeLoach shares screenplay credit for True Justice, Eye for an Eye, alongside writing partner Megan McNulty. This marks Nikki's 5th writing credit, with the duo also penning the forthcoming 3rd installment in the True franchise. In the True Justice franchise.
Katherine McNamara returns as Casey, marking her first return to Hallmark Channel since the debut installment of the True Justice Mystery franchise.
Do this next one. I can never say his guy.
Markian Tarasiuk returns as Eli. Most recently, Hallmark fans saw him in Nellie Knows Mysteries, All Manners of Murder.
Marissa McIntyre returns as Sarah, marking her 3rd project for Hallmark.
Alexander Nunez returns as private investigator Liam. Prior to Hallmark, viewers may recognize him from a recent role in Memory of a Killer.
Do you know that show?
I don't.
It's on Fox. It has McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy as the lead.
Oh, McDreamy.
Nikki DeLoach co-stars as Professor Ambrose. Nikki will star in the forthcoming The Greek Isle. This is a summer movie?
We're talking about it today.
June movie? I haven't even looked at those.
Yeah.
And it's Greek Isle. Aisle. You know where that movie's headed, right?
She's got to get married. That's the whole thing. She's got to get married in order to inherit. Fake marriage.
Ooh.
Fake dating's
Ooh.
More intense cousin. Benjamin Ayres co-stars as D.A. Quinn. Hallmark recently saw Ayres in the first season of Hope Valley 1874 on Hallmark Plus. We covered it all. I would highly recommend giving that a watch.
Agree.
Do you think Hope Valley 1874 will come to Hallmark Channel linear?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Wendy, what is your first impression of True Justice, An Eye for an Eye?
Eli and Liam somehow investigate crimes by committing other smaller crimes, but they are easily my favorite male duo of 2026.
Oh, my first impression is just go along for the ride is my new mystery watching motto, and it's working for me.
It does work. Mm-hmm. I tried it too. I even texted you. I said, I think I'm just going to follow that advice to just go along for the ride. I'm not going to try to figure this out. And you said, good idea, because you had already seen the movie.
Yeah. Let's talk what we liked.
We talked about this in the first movie. The Scooby-Doo gang chemistry totally works for me.
Yep.
I love an ensemble cast like this when we're dealing with trying to figure out mysteries.
Yes. To your point, there's lots of different pairings within the larger group.
Yes.
We have the 4 plus a 5th that we'll talk about. And then we have our kind of adult mentors.
Yeah.
But they all kind of partner in different ways, like Eli and Liam, Eli and Casey, Liam and Sarah, Sarah and Casey. The DA works independently with the gang.
Yep.
The professor. It's really nice. The chemistry is fantastic.
I wrote in my notes, I believe it is the secret sauce to the franchise.
Oh, 100%. The storytelling is really good. I like the writing, but I think it is secondary to the chemistry of this cast.
I agree with you.
If I may say, I thought the directing on this installment was incredible. And I loved noting, genuinely, not just based on your comment, what the director had worked on. Because the choice to include the characters in the scenes where they're narrating what happened,
It was amazing.
or what might have happened, it adds such an incredible layer of realism and understanding to this mystery when you see them standing over the body. It was just so cool. They utilized it in such great ways. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah, don't tell me what happened. Don't tell me about the clues. Don't tell me about the facts of the case.
It just becomes more.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't need to say anything.
It was good stuff. It was good stuff. I am going to go back to my first impression and talk about Eli and Liam. I'm telling you, I love the banter between these two characters. It feels the most natural in this movie. Their scenes have a rhythm that is not like Hallmark polished script. It's giving like they've known each other for a really long time. They have like this like jokey kind of looseness. There is a vibe there that makes this movie feel younger and more contemporary.
Yes. They kind of like joke because Liam's a little cooler than Eli. Eli's a little more buttoned up.
Yeah.
And they kind of like riff on that a little bit. I thought it was funny. Let me talk about Marcus.
Who's Marcus?
Casey's brother. And that tells me that you did not do what I did, which is rewatch True Justice prior to watching this movie.
No, you think I have time for that?
Well, I didn't really either, but I remembered just the broadest of strokes. And in the first movie, they are trying to exonerate Casey's brother for a crime that he did not commit. I think the inclusion of Marcus and his storyline in this movie was excellent.
I agree.
Was a key component of the first movie. And because he is not simply a criminal whom they are, or excuse me, a wrongly accused man who they're freeing from prison, he's Casey's brother. It's nice to see that his story doesn't simply end with his exoneration. Now, while I suspect we might not see much of him in future movies,
I think this movie was his closure.
Yes, that's okay with me. I feel like we gave him a satisfactory send-off.
Yep.
I also think the inclusion of his storyline grounds the series and his story outside of our mystery, and it helps these people exist as real people, not simply character crime solvers.
Yes. Look at you.
I loved it the entire time. I was so glad that he was included as a part of this story.
Sorry, no shade to Marcus. I just was like, who's that name?
No, I know.
Some of the things that I really liked about this mystery was that it was a little darker than, let's say, forged coins of Hannah Swenson.
Yeah, but in that movie, the wife murdered her husband.
No, I know. But like, it opens up with like a hunter finding a dead body in the snow.
Got it.
Like it was giving true crime.
Sure.
It was, look, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked all the kind of themes, the bullying, the high school bullying that happened, manipulation, parental pressure, social politics. There is a lot of ugly motivation underneath the surface. This was not murder light, which we get murder light in some of the Hallmark franchises.
I got to tell you, some of these PTAs, I know they're the PSCs.
No, I know. Yeah.
They get real ugly.
Have you ever seen the ugly like that happening in this movie? Like, have you ever seen that in real life?
Murder? No.
Not murder, but like
financial crimes. And yes, I have.
Ah, crazy.
I have.
Crazy. The other things that I thought really worked, and maybe this is director, but the lab attack, did not see that coming at all.
You know what was so interesting about the shooting of that is she's alone and they make it seem like someone might be in the beginning. I thought someone's there.
Oh, did you?
But then the framing of the camera changes. I'm like, oh, she's fine. So I was genuinely startled. I jumped.
Me too.
Jumped when they got her.
Me too. When Liam is investigating in the cabin, I thought that was tense too.
Yeah.
Also a little bit funny, like when Sarah's like, put it in the bag, put it in the bag, put it in the bag. I thought that was really funny. When Eli and Liam are inside that house and the VR kid is there, like that was weirdly stressful, like in the best way, I thought.
Totally. And the dialogue they gave to the VR kid, you're like, is he talking to them? Is he talking to them?
Yes.
Every single time I was like, is he talking to them?
Yeah. There were a lot of scenes that I felt a little bit of like edge of your seat anticipation.
Absolutely.
I just thought it was really well done.
I agree.
Really well done. One final last thing that I liked a lot, Ben Ayres, I love his presence, but he makes a joke about himself that made me laugh out loud. Like he was like, why are they afraid of me? I'm cool. I can't remember the line exactly, but it was so funny.
Yep.
It just was, I love him so much. I love a funny Ben.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back to talk about our wishes. What did you wish for in this installment of True Justice?
A couple of things, just a couple of things. I'm going to need the franchise to move faster in the romantic angle of things. Hear me out. Mm-hmm. Hear me out. We have multiple people who are like, you like her, just ask her out. It's cute. I get it. But Hallmark Mystery franchises historically love to stretch the romantic tension, right? Mm-hmm. And what I'm worried about is we have Nikki DeLoach behind the script. And Nikki's the queen of being in mystery franchises. Tom and Goldie.
Curious Skater.
Forever. Like she knows a slow burn. So I'm hoping that she realizes that these characters are in their 20s. They're impulsive, emotional, messy. Mm-hmm. Let's see some of that messiness happen.
Yeah, we don't need to go from like flirting to in an established relationship.
Right.
We can go to like, oh, we kissed. Now what does that mean? Oh,
you're funny. A kiss. I was like, let's hook up and then figure out how to.
Hallmark.
Yeah, I know.
I just think, let's play with the messiness of that.
Yeah, because they're 20.
Yeah,
they're going to make
law school
stupid decisions.
Fortunately, they filmed these two movies back to back because it's been 2 years since the first movie. These people are still in law school. They still have the same professor. Like, we're suspending the idea that it has been 2 years since the last movie. Mm-hmm. But we're going to need to move it along at some point.
Yeah. I have some other wishes, but let me hear one of yours.
Where's PJ? What was Sabrina Soden doing that she had to appear via Zoom?
I don't know.
I'm glad that they included her, but she's not even listed on... Oh, she is listed on IMDb. I apologize. But I assume she was busy, or I assume that she is the fifth wheel and they decided we got to streamline here. So we're going to have her out of town working on something else and we're going to phase her out.
That's too bad.
I mean, she is working. She was in the TV series Memory of a Killer. She has...
Wait, who else did I say was in Memory? Oh, the guy that plays Liam.
Oh, interesting. She's in one episode of that. She's in a movie called Lice, a movie called Sandwich Monster. So she's been in other things recently that are out or coming out. But I just thought, wait a minute. Our Scooby Gang is missing one.
That's kind of weird.
A little bit.
A little bit.
What else did you wish for?
I don't like the undercover cosplay stuff.
Oh, you're not a big fan of the collection of wigs we saw and the Russian accent we got?
I'm shaking my head. No, it leans way too corny for me.
Yeah.
I understand why they do it.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's okay to have some playful energy. I just wish it was handled with a more subtle tone. Mm-hmm. And this is why I think about it. Well, one, you guys know I don't like hijinks and corniness anyway, mm-hmm. right? But we're dealing with people who are accused. They're trying to exonerate people, right? Wrongfully convicted. And so when
it's too silly for that serious subject matter.
Yes. I think that's where I lean on that.
Okay.
And then I start to question, like, would any of this hold up in court, the information that they're...
Yes, I wonder that too. When they're doing all this CSI work.
Yeah, that too.
Does any of that count?
I don't know.
Like they got the antlers, but they weren't retrieved as part of a police investigation. So
Exactly.
like the chain of custody wasn't maintained. So how are they going to use this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they just relying on getting that, like, hey, we found you out. Now we're going to get your confession out of you. And now you're going to go to prison.
Oh, gosh. And that's what I don't like. Like, let's not do that. I would prefer a little more of a realistic storyline in how people get exonerated.
Yeah. And also, I don't care how much evidence you have. Everybody maintains their innocence. Nobody faced with all of their evidence. It's like, you're right, I did it. And here's why.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not a realistic trajectory.
You can be an investigator without putting a fake wig and accent on.
Sure.
Why can't
Nobody knows who you are.
Why can't Casey just show up as Casey
Yeah.
and ask the questions?
Yeah. Why can't they just be, they could pretend to be parents, but they don't need to be, yeah.
Yeah. It's like part of me is like, okay, I get like it's trying to be a little bit funny, but it's
Didn't
not
land
necessary.
for you.
It does not work for me. My only other wish is, I don't hate it, but the Nellie Knows crossover, it did make me laugh, but it also makes me wonder why.
I do wonder why too. He's like, oh, I'm reading the Nellie Knows column. First of all, no, you're not. And second of all,
No, you're not.
My grandma wants me to, okay, fine. But was it like my grandma wants me to find a nice girl or something?
Something like wants me to read this advice about finding a nice girl. I don't know, something like that. I just, why are they having that crossover? Why?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand either. Why do these, maybe there's some sort of long-term plan. Maybe they just thought it would be funny. I don't know the reason for it, but maybe they were filming at the same time Nellie Knows was filming and they're like, hey, let's have Markian come over and play this role. And then we're going to have this fun crossover. I don't know. I think it's maybe just an Easter egg for the viewers.
Maybe.
Back to your comment about the slowest of slow burns.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of flirting here. And I don't know if we got an actual timeline between when movie one ends and when this one picks up. As you mentioned, they're young. They're not going to sit on that flirting for this long. Like, they're not going to be at this, like, talking stage, as the youth say, for this long.
I hope not.
Well, let's talk. Did you see that?
You really have any particular ones? Like, true, did you see that? Just commentary.
I have one true. Did you see that?
Let's hear it.
So the opening scene, the second opening scene, right after the hunter scene, when they're making popcorn, popcorn machine is still running. Casey sweeps the bowl off from underneath it, and popcorn continues to fall onto the counter, and she sweeps some of it off into the trash. There's still popcorn. Like, use a bigger bowl, put another bowl under there, but they just sweep it away, and the popcorn continues to just pop onto the counter.
That popcorn maker was like a real throwback, right?
Real throwback. Are we not making microwave popcorn?
I do, because I'm lazy.
Yeah, we don't own a popcorn machine like that.
Yeah, but I remember you make it on the stove, though.
It's good.
I know, it's really good. My only two did you see that is the Parent School Coalition. I'm guessing they can't use like PTA or...
Sure, I'm sure that's branded.
If you haven't ever been part of a PTA, I know Megan mentioned it earlier, but it can be a scary place.
It can be brutal.
Can be scary. The other did you see that is just like a bone to pick. These law students have such unrestricted access to active investigations, forensic evidence, crime scenes.
Yeah. Your comment about like breaking the law a little bit in order to make the case. Sarah's in her crime lab and she's like, well, I can't use that because my boss would notice. I'm like, you're using all this stuff illegally.
Yeah.
Like, no, the luminol is expensive. And he would, oh, okay, well, how are we not getting in trouble? We just breeze right past that. My last did you see that is not so much a did you see that, but just a moment that made me LOL. And that was Eli army crawling when they break into the house with the kid in the video. I thought it was hilarious.
That was funny.
And Liam's like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah, that's why I love those two.
What did you rate True Justice, Eye for an Eye?
I thought it was a good sophomore movie. I gave it 3.75 stars.
I gave it 4.25
Oh, wow.
stars.
You were real up there.
Yeah, I really liked it. Thought it was great.
Nice.
Might be up there with my favorite currently running mystery series.
Which is what?
I'm just saying it might be like in the mix. I don't have a
Oh,
it might be one. I really liked Nellie Knows though. I found those super enjoyable,
me too.
and those might be our only two. Oh, and Hannah Spencer currently running.
I feel myself longing for.
Where's my dial one for murder?
Oh, I was like, I feel myself
I miss
longing for
Mystery
Chris Palaha mystery.
Sure,
What's it called?
absolutely.
What is it called?
Mystery 101.
Yes, that's what I miss.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. You can drop them right into the Apple Podcasts app. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.